Hi everyone, this is Jackie Jones, founder and CEO of Way We Do. Today I'm going to take you through an annual planning process using the EMyth methodology and their way of thinking to help you to ask the right questions to then draw out what your goals and objectives should be for the year and all the corresponding action points that you need to implement to achieve the outcomes that you want. For those of you that don't know who EMyth is a business coaching organization. You can go to their which is emyth.com. And there's a book that nearly every business owner has read. So if you haven't actually read this book, I encourage you to do so. It's called The EMyth Revisited, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. And the essence of this is that in order to make a business work, you need to be building in the right or setting up the right systems to enable your business to grow and operate without you or without the business owner. So I've taken their annual plan, which is also available on their website. So if you go to go.emyth.com/your annual plan 2019, you'll be able to download the original document there. But I've taken some of these questions from this plan. I have actually, and our team have rewritten them, but we're still going through the same methodology. With a process, an annual planning process, it is something that you can do by yourself, although it'd be great to get your team involved, especially your leadership team, and you may even want to seek assistance from a facilitator, which can be an EMyth coach or consultant or another type of consultant or coach. So we've actually taken some of the questions and we've used the same sections. Within the activated checklist, you have the steps on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, you have the instructions. So it actually tells you what you need to do. And the great thing about Way We Do activated checklist is that with any of the processes and workflows that you need to implement in your business, that you can create consistency and create repeatable processes so that that the team that they know what to do, and it means that the team and yourself are consistently delivering at a particular standard, and you're creating repeatable, consistent outcomes. So with the annual plan, we have section 1, which is all about imagining the impact you want your business plan to have. And then you have creating a theme, deciding what impact you would like your annual plan to have, and setting a date of finishing writing your annual plan. So with the process, some companies use Way We Do's activated checklist as a guide or a workflow assistant. It is designed to be a workflow tool, so you can actually run an instance of this process. When you create your master process, you can then run it by clicking the Run Checklist button, and you can also run the schedules or run the instances automatically by setting up automatic schedules and setting a date and the frequency of how often you want the instances to run. So in this case, you would have it run automatically, so it starts on an annual basis. And with your annual planning process, the beginning of your calendar year or work year, yes, it could be at the beginning of the calendar year, such as January, or it could be any other month throughout the year. So it could be the first month of your tax year, for example. The best time to start doing annual planning is not necessarily the month where your plan needs to start. It's probably ideally that you start at least 1 to 3 months beforehand, so that you are ready to start that plan and you're not on the back foot. Okay, so let's get started with running this particular activated checklist instance. So I'm going to click the Run Checklist button, and then I'm going to enter the year that this plan is being created for. So I'm going to type in 2019 and then click Confirm. So this process is now activated. I do have the ability to invite other people by clicking the invite collaborator button here, and you simply just choose their name and invite them. And you'll also see that now there are tick boxes against each of the steps. And when I open up a step, there is now an area for you to leave notes and also attach photos and documents. I'm going to expand the screen here so that the steps are synced with the content on the right-hand side. So the first item is creating a theme for your annual plan. And the theme could be something like business growth, or maybe profitability. So maybe this year is all about generating profits. Maybe you don't want to grow any further, but streamline your processes and reduce costs so that you are making profits. It could be all about growing strategic partners. So whatever that theme is, then you can actually type in some words here. So I'm going to type in the word growth here. This is our theme. And then from there, you can tick this item off as being complete. So and when you tick an item off as complete, and when you add comments and attach photos, for example, then way we do is going to record the name of the person doing that work, as well as a time and date stamp. So very clearly, you can see who is doing what when, and if you're asking people to take photos or add other documents, it just adds a layer of verification that that task is actually being completed. Okay, so from there you would go through and then go answer the next questions and add your notes. If you're using way we do on an iPhone or tablet device, you can also use the voice to text capability, which is really, really useful. So you don't have to physically type in your notes. You simply press the microphone icon and speak your thoughts, and then that will be translated directly into text format, and you simply press the enter button, and then those notes will be recorded. So I'll just go through and I'll tick these items off as being complete. Okay, so the first section of this plan is assessing the current condition of your business, and the methodology takes you through different aspects of your business, from leadership, your brand, finance, management, marketing, sales, and also the delivery of your products and services. So for each item, there is additional questions. So the first section of your business, so leadership, is rating your current leadership abilities on a scale of 1 to 10, from least to most positive. So you simply select an item. So if you think you've got good leadership, select an answer there. You may also want to enter in some additional comments about how you feel about that. And then when you've completed that, or actually when you select your answer, it will automatically tick that item off as being complete. The next question is, so what do you need to make this a 10? So I believe that most business owners, they have the answers. They kind of know what they need to do. They just need help organizing and prioritizing those thoughts and those action points that action items that they need to do. So from there, you would enter your text, and then you tick that item off as being complete. The next item is checking your business values against your own needs and aspirations. So this comes back to your original why of, why are you setting up your business, and do the values and mission that you've created for your business reflect your personal needs and aspirations, and does your business create a sense of personal satisfaction for you? So you can then go through and tick these items. If you tick unsure, that is completely okay, because this is the information that you can take to your EMyth coach or consultant, or another business coach to help you with that particular item. So I'm going to say yes. The next item is communicating your plan and inspiring your team. So do you clearly communicate your business's direction and goals and standards to your team in a way that empowers and inspires them? So again, you can then tick your items. So if it's no, then you can start to to add some additional pointers or comments as to why you think that is the case. From there, it says check your communication skills. So do you communicate clearly, directly, and regularly with your team in a normal and stressful circumstances alike? So you then tick an answer there and move on to the next section. So the last question of this section is all about supporting your team's success with a strong culture. And it really does come from the top down. So do you set a positive and empowering tone for your business? Do you have systems and structures that support your teams achieving successful outcomes, both for your business and themselves as professionals? And you go through and answer that. Okay, so once you've completed the leadership section, then you're going to move on to the brand section. And again, it's going through rating your effectiveness in this area and what you think you need to do in order to make it a 10. Then it asks you, do you have a sensory package that successfully attracts target customers? So for those of you that don't know what a sensory package is, it is essentially the way that your brand, your products and services, the way that they look, they feel, they smell, they touch and taste. So brand is more than just what it looks like, and it's more than just a logo. It's about everything that your customer perceives your product or service and brand to be. And by doing that in an intentional way, you then start to attract a certain type of customer. And so the question is, are you creating this sensory package in an intentional way? So then you'll just answer those questions, yes, no, or unsure. The next question is, do your team members understand their value in creating a positive experience for your customers? So are they clear? Like, is your team clear on what makes your company unique and the value it provides to your target customers? And do they understand how their roles in the business contribute to that customer's overall experience? So again, you would answer that question there. Last question for the brand section, which is, does your marketing strategy support your brand? So you need to ensure that your marketing and your promotional activities all support the values and the key messages that your brand wants to portray and the way that you want to be positioned in the market. The next section is finance. So it's looking at your finance department. Again, you would go through and rate your financial health for your business, and then write some notes as to what you think that you need to do to make it a 10. From there, some additional questions. So are your financial reports relevant? And it gives you the information that you need. So we all are working in businesses where we need information on a day-to-day basis to know if our business is running well, and to help us or to give us information to make effective decisions. So without that data, we're actually are blind, and we're making gut decisions as opposed to making decisions based upon what is actually happening in the business, which is what the data will actually tell you. So the next question is, so once you have that data, can you confidently read and interpret your reports? So if the answer is no, then just jot down some notes as to, what type of additional help do you need? Do you need training? Do you need a consultant or your accountant to help go through those numbers with you to help you understand what it is that you're reading? And also to know what the important numbers are. So really, every business should have a North Star. So what is the key number or key piece of information that you need to follow to know if your business is performing well or not? The next item is, do you have a reliable financial management system in place? Do you know what your key performance indicators are? Last question under finance is your business consistently meeting its financial targets? So are you meeting your sales targets, so your revenue, sales and revenue targets, your profit targets, and even expenses? So are you going under or over in regards to your spending? The next section is management. So again, you will rate your company's management capabilities on a score of 1 to 10, and then you can list any ideas of what you think is needed to make it a 10. Next is, do you have a detailed org chart documented with position descriptions for each role? So within Way We Do, you are able to create an org chart as well as the corresponding position descriptions for each of those roles. So if you haven't done that already, you can pop into Way We Do and create that org chart quite easily. The next section is, do your systems produce consistent results and support innovation? So are your systems, are they effective? Are they not bureaucratic and holding your people back? Are they flexible enough, but yet they are producing those consistent and repeatable results that you want and need within your business? Next section is all about, do managers know how to create supportive and productive working relationships with your employees and your team? Do you have effective recruitment processes to ensure that you are hiring the best people for the roles within the business? And does your company's culture encourage the team to be fully engaged in the business and support self-motivation? The next section is your marketing. So again, you would rate your company on a score from 1 to 10, and then list any notes of what you think will make it a 10. The next question is, do you have an effective lead generation process? So if you're not producing, well, first of all, you need to know how many leads that you need to generate, and then each month or each week, for example, and look at are you actually generating the level of leads and the quality of leads that you need? A good tip that was given to me, if you have a sales team, it's always good to produce more leads than what your sales team can handle. So rather than them trying to go out and find their own leads. Which may not be the best use of their time if that's the type of business that you have. The next question is, are multiple channels used to generate leads? Focusing on one channel only can be a risk. So if you're just generating leads only through Google AdWords, for example, and the cost start to increase, or if your leads only come through Facebook, and then all of a sudden Facebook closes your company page, then that's a risk. So you need to be generating leads from multiple channels. And if you're not doing that, then it's a good idea to start listing some other ideas that you may have, or the other channels that you may want to explore. Engaging with, again, a business coach or a marketing professional who can assist you with that is a really good idea. And it's great to get multiple opinions so that you can then make the right choice for your business. The next question is, are your marketing messages working effectively on your target markets and inspiring them to contact you? And are they responding and thinking about your brand in the way that you want them to? Next is, do you have a social media presence and a strategy to support them? The next section after marketing is sales. So again, you would rate yourself from 1 to 10 and then enter what you think you need to make it a 10. Next is, do you have a documented sales process so that your salespeople can follow? And this is really, really important, because otherwise each salesperson, they will make up their own process. And some people are going to be successful and then other people are not. Or maybe throughout the different aspects of the sales funnel, some people excel in one area but not in another. So you want to know all of the best ways, the best processes to effectively take a lead through the sales funnel and convert them, and then document that so that your full sales team, they know how to follow that process and convert leads without you being there. The next question is, do you set challenging targets and goals for your salespeople that they regularly achieve? So if you've set a really high sales target and it's not realistic, and they're not achieving that, then you're setting you and your team up for failure. And so you need to look at, well, if you do need a certain target and they are not achieving that target, then we need to look at what strategies that can be put in place to help them to do that. And it could be that maybe they're not seeing the right type of customer. So maybe the customer fit is not correct, and therefore the leads that need to be generated, maybe it needs to be focusing, or the marketing needs to happen in a different segment of the market to get the right type of customer. The next question is, do you have an effective referral generation process for existing customers to recommend your business to others? And do customers regularly refer new business to you? The last section here is the delivery section. So again, you would rate your company's ability to serve your customers and to consistently deliver your products and services. And then from there, you would enter what you think that you need to make it a 10. And then you have a range of questions here. So do you have a long-term innovation strategy for developing your company's product and service offerings? Do you have a documented process to ensure your customers' delivery timeline expectations are managed and met? Or is that ad hoc? Are you just expecting that the team will just know, they'll just do the job and then they'll just happen to get the product out on time? So it's really important that you set those expectations, and first of all you need to document the process, which in business process management speak, you're documenting the as-is process, and that will then enable you to analyze it and then make ongoing improvements or create a new process, which is called the to-be process, which will then help you to look at areas or steps of that process that you may remove, or to streamline the process to make the process more cost effective and faster, so that your customers are receiving their products and service on time. Next is, are you confident your company delivers a consistently high standard of customer service? Do you have a documented quality assurance process to ensure that the product and service quality are managed and met? And do your company's culture and process support employees' efforts to exceed customers' expectations each time they do business? So those are some great questions for you to ask yourself, and also to ask the team, so that you're getting all of their input and experience of how things have been in your business at this current time. From there, so you're going to generate a lot of information and things that you may want to fix or prioritize in the business. And so the next section is all about prioritizing your needs. So for each area, so the current conditions, or leadership, and then brand, finance, management, marketing, sales, and delivery, you'll need to choose 3 priorities from your responses. And that will help you to just start to prioritize, or create a list of what the things that you need to be focusing on for this coming year. The next step is taking a second pass of that. So it's actually then taking some time out to percolate those ideas and comments further, and those priorities further. And from there, you're going to create only 10. So you're going to choose the most important priorities. So out of all the list of the items that you need to do for the following year, what are the most important ones from 1 to 10? And so for each item, simply type in notes about that particular priority. Okay, so once you've done all of that, so we're now moving into actually creating your plan. So this is all the pre-work to help you think about what you need. And then the next section is about entering that data into a template that you can then share with your team. So I've actually taken some of the tables from the EMyth annual plan and just turn those into a generic Word document. So I'll just click to download that particular document, and I will open it up. Sometimes my Word runs a little bit slowly, so we'll see if it opens up quickly. Okay, and the great thing about having your documents listed here, so you can post your other templates directly on Way We Do, or you can have them stored in your cloud storage. So Way We Do integrates with a range of other cloud storage providers, so like Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, and Box, for example. Okay, so this is the plan document that that you would download, and simply you're going through and completing each of these three pages. Which is that next section. So map your quarterly goals for the year and monthly actions, and then you're assigning responsibilities, so and the role that's responsible and the due dates for those monthly action items. And then the last section of that document is stating any assumptions that you've made for your planning, because sometimes when you've set these, you have these assumptions that sometimes things change, and you have to be flexible enough to allow for that change. And in order to do that, you need to set monthly review dates to ensure that your team is on track, or if things are going off track because the assumptions were incorrect, then you need to be able to change when you need to. Okay, so the last section is all about what's next. So it's booking dates to finish your plan and making a commitment to actually doing that. You may want to present your plan to the rest of the team so that they know what the upcoming plan is for the next 12 months and what the priorities are for each quarter, and then the monthly action items. And then booking in time each month to review progress. And the last item that I've added here is getting an expert opinion. So yes, it's great to have a plan, but one of the reasons why businesses fail is because the business owner didn't bring an expert opinion early enough. So you can speak with your accountant. Your bookkeeper is another good source of looking at your data within your business, and they're able to pull out reports for you, as well as your EMyth business coach or another business coach or a management consultant, as well as experts in each of the areas of business. So you may want to go to a leadership expert, a branding expert, a management or HR expert, as well as someone who specializes in marketing and sales, and someone who actually specializes in delivery of products and services in your particular industry. Okay, so that's just an example of using the activated checklist. And as you go through and you're ticking these items off, I'll just click close here, then you're going to view a progress indicator. So you can then see how far through that process you are. And you can see here when it was started and the person who started this particular process. And this instance also appears on your dashboard, and you'll receive a daily email reminder to say, hey, you're still working on this process and you're up to this particular step. So if you have any questions about how to use Way We Do's activated checklist, feel free to contact our team at support at waywedo.com. You can also go to our website at www.waywedo.com, and you can create your own trial of Way We Do simply by going to our homepage, and then simply you enter in the your details and click Try Way We Do for free. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for spending time with me tonight and watching this video, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the future. Bye.